So especially in this new NBA, every year we ask, what is the best NBA All-Star Weekend event? And I'm going to lay out the case for every single one and give you my own. Excluding the actual All-Star game and the rookie, or I guess it's not the rookie challenge anymore, it's the Rising Stars challenge. So, but the only reason I'm excluding those is because those are actual games and people like to watch games more than just events. So, with that, I'm going to jump right in. I have 3 events here. I think, 3 events. And the first one is the Taco Bell Skills Challenge. And I'm interested in this year because they're doing a big men, I guess you can call it a big men, versus point guard or guard challenge. And so with the Skills Challenge, it's an obstacle course. You have to, the players go through like weave drills and shooting and passing and a bunch of stuff. They only have 60 seconds to do it, so I think it's a really, I really like it. It's really fun to watch these guys just cut on a dime and pass on a dime and all this stuff, and when they struggle, it's so funny to watch. But anyway, so with this year, they have, like I said, the big men versus the point guards, or the smaller men, or guards, I guess. Front court versus back court is the best way to say that, now that I think about it. So we have on the front court, you got DeMarcus Cousins, Anthony Davis, Karl Anthony Towns, and Draymond Green. And the way I didn't really want to call this the front court, because Draymond Green plays a lot like a point guard, but he's got Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, so he doesn't really need to. So, but he's a power forward too. He's like 6'9", and he plays like a point guard, so that's kind of unfair. And then on the guard side, you got C.J. McCollum, Isaiah Thomas, Patrick Beverley, and Jordan Clarkson to round out the guard part, or the backcourt of this tandem. And I really enjoyed this challenge, like I said, because it just showcases a lot of different stuff, from shooting to passing to dribbling and movement with the ball. So I think I really enjoy it. Patrick Beverley was the winner last year just because he's a little bit of a quicker guy. He can pass really well. He's an all-around player. It kind of shows how good each player is, and I think it's a good thing that they're doing the big men too, because Anthony Davis is like a point guard, but he's also 6'11". He has that skill set to do that. Same with Karl Anthony Towns, and same with Draymond Green. The only real question I have is, why is DeMarcus Cousins in here? He passes really well, and he does a lot of stuff really well for a big man, but I don't know if he can do that on the same level as those guards or the other big men. So I think that's really good for him. Congrats to him that he got in that. So moving on to the next, I guess, the next event is the three-point contest. And this has become bigger and bigger over the last couple of years just because of the rise of Steph Curry, rise of the three-point shot, rise of all that stuff where people are shooting a bunch of threes and cashing them all the time. So looking at the roster for that, you got Kyle Lowry, Chris Middleton, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Devin Booker, JJ Redick, Chris Bosh, and James Harden. And I mean, it's always fun to watch that just because you can see like Steph Curry or Thompson or whoever just get on a huge run, just get hot and hit like two racks in a row. So they'll hit, I think it's like 14 points is what that would end up being. And they always add just a little bit of a touch to that just to make it kind of interesting. And I mean, that's not a bad thing. I enjoy it. I don't think it has the pizzazz or the uniqueness of the skills challenge where you got these guys doing a bunch of different stuff and all that, or you don't got the pizzazz and flair of the dunk contest where these guys are doing huge things, like jumping insanely high in the air, throwing the ball between their legs, doing insanely athletic things. And I mean, the three-point contest has always been part of the weekend, and it's always a good thing. So I guess I'm going to talk about the last one and then talk about what my favorite one is and why a little bit. So the last one is a slam dunk contest, like I said a little bit before, and they have Will Barton, Aaron Gordon, Andre Drummond, and Zach LaVine. So with that, I think the dunk contest is good. Like I said, you got the flair of these young athletic guys like Will Barton and Zach LaVine, who won it last year. And Steph Curry won the three-point contest. I forgot to mention that. But Zach LaVine, who won it last year. And you got like just pizzazz and athleticism going up and throwing down and stuff. So I think it's a really good thing for the league to have this. It's kind of lost its flair with no real big stars. Like the last real star was like Blake Griffin when he first came into it, but since then he hasn't really. I mean, he hasn't done it since. LeBron's never done it. Durant won't. Russell Westbrook won't, although he would be really good at it. And it's just kind of a lack of a star power. Whereas in the three-point contest, you got Curry, hometown favorite Kyle Lowry, Chris Bosh, James Harden. You got a bunch of stars in there. So I think if you're looking for star power, or if you're like trying to watch something like unique, I guess it'd be the three-point contest. If you want something flashy and flair and athleticism, you're going to watch the dunk contest. It's really personal preference on that. But so I'm going to jump right into why I say which one I think is the best. I laid out the case for the challenge, the athletic challenge thing. I just lost the name of it completely. The three-point and the dunk contest, and I think they all three have a case to be there on All-Star Weekend. Everyone loves all three, and in watchability rankings, I would say, depending on what type of person you are when you watch the NBA, if you like Golden State or you like the kind of high energy, faster pace thing, the watchability rankings for it would be three-point, skills challenge, and then the dunk. But if you like excitement, flair, big athletic type of athletic stuff, I guess, you do slam dunk, skills challenge, and then three-point. Just because the skills challenge, I put the skills challenge higher just because you have a little bit more of athleticism between going around the slalom and then passing and then shooting. So you have those three in that order. But in my personal preference, what I would do, I can't really rank them. I kind of prefer the second way, with the athletic way, with the dunking, skills challenge, and then three-point, but I also prefer the other way. I will watch all three of them. I do like all three of them, but if I had to say I had to pick one to watch, with this year's crowd, I would have to watch the skills challenge. The only reason I say that is because they need actual judges on the dunk contest, like not just these old guys who are really good at dunking or anything, or like Hall of Famers or what have you. They need someone that can actually be like, oh yeah, that dunk actually took this amount of skill, not just people that are like, oh, he blew up the building 10 kind of thing. And I mean, that's always good too, but you need someone that's like actually analyzing. And a couple of years ago they had that guy, and I didn't really realize it at the time, but now that I think about it, he was kind of that guy where he was like, well, yes, kind of, that's athletically impressive because he got so high, but it's also like anyone in the NBA can do that, so I'll give you an 8 while these other judges give you a 10 kind of thing. So if they go back to that, I'll be more inclined to watch the dunk contest, but as of the moment, I'd say skills challenge. I do like the three-point, however, because I mean, I just love seeing Steph Curry, that sweet jumper of his and shooting just a bunch of threes in a row and all that. I mean, it gets kind of boring after a while. Like, I kind of tune out, but once I see like Steph Curry always at 20, he's at 22 going into the last rack or whatever. He's only missed one. That's kind of impressive to me. So I'm gonna watch all three. I prefer the skills challenge overall just because it's shows more athleticism and other stuff than the other two. Well, not athleticism, it has just a little bit more of an all-around player than the other two do. So that's why I say skills challenge.